Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fully Factual, the home of the best facts. Remember to subscribe for more facts. Let's start with Cyberpunk 2077 facts. The Cyberpunk 2077 universe was created by Mike Pondsmith, and not CD Projekt Red. Cyberpunk 2077 was inspired by Cyberpunk, a tabletop RPG set in a dystopian futuristic world. In 2018, CD Projekt hacked into the Electronic Entertainment Expo (E3) stage during Microsoft's presentation with a lengthy trailer finally showing what Cyberpunk will be all about. Cyberpunk 2077 was in development for 7 long years, starting with the first trailer of the game on January 10, 2013. The original idea for Johnny Silverhand was inspired by David Bowie from the 1986 fantasy film, Labyrinth. Johnny Silverhand is also an Army veteran. Hanako Arasaka is the third child of Saburo Arasaka, and she was conceived when he was 80. Hanako Arasaka is the CEO of Arasaka Corporation in 2077. The first Cyberpunk 2077 trailer was released back in 2013 and featured one of Archive's most iconic songs, Bullets. CD Projekt Red sent a free copy of Cyberpunk 2077 Collector's Edition to the guy who shouted, "You're breathtaking," to Keanu Reeves during Microsoft's E3 2019 media briefing. He declined to accept it and called on CD Projekt to donate a gaming system to charity instead. CD Projekt Red hired real city planners to help map out Night City to help make exploring the city feel organic and allow players to tell where they are by landmarks and other structures. Cyberpunk 2077 was first revealed in January 2013 with a teaser trailer. It took over 5 years for an official trailer to be released. The city's environment was inspired by the movie Blade Runner, 1982. Keanu Reeves was revealed to be in the game in the cinematic trailer at E3 2019. Cyberpunk 2077 has 10 fully voiced versions, including French, German, Italian and Mandarin. Originally only English and Polish were planned. Keanu Reeves' character, Johnny Silverhand, has more lines of dialogue than any character in the game, with the exception of the player character V. The soundtrack for Johnny Silverhand's band, Samurai, is portrayed by the Swedish band, Refused. Inspired by the writings of sci-fi author William Gibson, who coined the terms cyberpunk and cyberspace in his iconic novel, Neuromancer. Night City is a fictional city referred to in several of Gibson's books. Night City was also the name of a computer BBS bulletin board system operating in Queensland, Australia. Sci-fi author William Gibson wrote Johnny Mnemonic, the movie version of which also starred Keanu Reeves. The Matrix trilogy, also starring Keanu Reeves, was inspired by Gibson's writings, with the term Matrix first being used to describe cyberspace in the novel Neuromancer. On June 25, 2020, CD Projekt Red revealed that they are working on an anime series set in the same universe with Japanese studio Trigger and Netflix. Titled Cyberpunk: Edgerunners, the 10-episode series is slated for 2022. Cyberpunk 2077 was delayed 4 times. Comment your favorite fact. Most quests in the games are named after popular song by rock bands, for example, Disasterpiece by Slipknot, Riders on the Storm by The Doors, For Whom the Bells Tolls by Metallica and many more. Development began in 2012. The NPC character Ozob is based on Bozo the Clown, and came from the Brazilian RPG Cyberpunk podcast, The Nerdcast. It was created in 1993 by Dave Pazos, who also made his voice in the Brazilian-Portuguese version of the game. There is also a book about the character origin called Ozob, Molotov Protocol. On the 18th of December 2020, Sony Interactive Entertainment announced that Cyberpunk 2077 will become unavailable to buy on the PlayStation Store for an indefinite amount of time following the poor launch performance, especially on base model PS4s. The decision was made by both Sony as well as CD Projekt Red. On the rear right panel of V's car, there is a decal of Roach, Geralt's horse from the Witcher series. In Johnny Mnemonic 1995, Keanu Reeves plays a character holding data in his head that can kill him. In Cyberpunk 2077-2020, you play a character with a deadly data chip in your head, containing the avatar of Johnny Silverhand, played by Mr. Keanu Reeves. Judy's mobile phone icon is a reference to the iconic and classic anime masterpiece Ghost in the Shell 1995. Cyberpunk 2077 has full uncensored nudity because it supports one of the most important themes in the cyberpunk genre, transhumanism. There is a memorial found at the Colorumbrian Memorial Site for real-life neo-futurist, concept artist and industrial designer Sid Mead. He designed sets for movies Tron, Aliens and Blade Runner. Sadly passed in 2019. An option to alter your character's voice regardless of appearance was added to avoid further controversies of its transgender representation. Despite having been prominently featured in promotional materials, the Arasaka thermal katana has yet to make an appearance in the game. Alanah Pearce, who voices Lana, didn't have her face scanned. Instead, she gave the developers photos of her face to model her after. Ciri spoke to Geralt about having traveled to the Cyberpunk 2077 universe in 2015's The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. Ellen McLean reprises her role as GlaDOS from Portal 2 2011. During a side quest chain for Delamain, the car you're tasked with retrieving in the section Coastview speaks exactly as GlaDOS did, and even makes a reference to testing and cake, complete with trying to murder you with an ambush. In Cyberpunk 2077, you can find a character clearly copied from Hideo Kojima, the eminent developer, creator of the Metal Gear series. The cyberpunk genre is traditionally associated with synthwave, melodic electronic music stylized as tracks from the 1980s. However, the composers of Cyberpunk 2077 have abandoned the use of synthwave. To make the virtual cars sound believable, the developers recorded the sounds of more than 40 real cars, such as muscle cars, SUVs and drift cars. The Cyberpunk 2077 game runs out of cops and leaves you alone if you have killed a lot of them. Players in Cyberpunk 2077 can find an Easter egg that references Half-Life 3. CD Projekt Red teasingly calls No Life 3. During one scene, the player must make a choice offered by a stranger. The player can choose either the left or the right pill. A clear reference to the red or blue pill scene in the Matrix film. Subscribe for more facts. And watch these videos. Leave a comment. And drop a like. Bye bye now.